Hello and welcome. Test. Okay, so we're gonna do the Road to Independence campaign, episode 1. Oh, wait, we need to crack down the music a bit. Okay, episode 1, the Jamestown Colony. In April 1607, 3 Virginia Company ships sailed into Chesapeake Bay under the command of Captain Christopher Newport. They made landfall on the southernmost peninsula in the bay, naming it Cape Henry in honor of the Prince of Wales. For the early settlers was far life for the early settlers was far from easy, even though they ruled themselves. Newport returned to England for supplies, leaving Captain John Smith, an acquitted mutineer, in charge. With limited food supplies, the constant presence of disease, and the danger of attack by the native tribes, many of the settlers perished within a few months of reaching the New World. If this new community is to flourish, they will need food in the shape of farms and fisheries. Cash crop like tobacco will prove the financial viability of the colony to those back home in England, and much needed income for the settlers. Complacency, however, is dangerous. The native tribes remain a threat. That's it? Okay. Yeah. All mankind is divided into 3 classes. Those that are immovable, those that are movable, and those that move. Benjamin Franklin, the US statesman, author, and scientist. He got so high, I forgot to be president. June 17th, 1775.
Our war on British tyranny begins tonight. In Boston, brave men fight for the right to govern themselves. Tonight, we fight for freedom. As I bear witness to the sacrifice of this generation, I take great comfort in the memory of our forefathers, those pioneering men who traveled to these shores seeking a new life. Like the intrepid Captain John Smith and his fellow settlers, we too seek a new world, not only for ourselves, but for future generations of Americans. As I look back on their endeavors, at the unknown dangers that awaited the pioneers over every rise and behind every tree, I am reminded that I play but a small part in a much greater story.
Ready yourselves, men! Stay behind cover, men! They're charging again! Steady! Hold the line!
Yeah, they have a button.
Watch the trees, men! On the right!
Awesome. Kills on it. Nice. War is too much of a serious thing to be left to military men. Charles Maurice de Talleyrand, French diplomat.
From the very beginning, there have been hardships, irreplaceable losses. Brothers, fathers, sons lost to war, famine, and disease. And yet our forefathers endured, refusing to give up on the one thing they all believed in so fervently: freedom. Those brave men built a future from an inhospitable land, taming it and making it their own. But the wild land was not the only threat. The natives were a constant menace, lurking at their borders, always ready for battle. It became obvious that until borders were clearly established, peace would continue to be elusive.
You must lead the early settlers to establish Jamestown as a safe and prosperous settlement in this dangerous new world. From time to time, the British government will issue various missions to perform. As you complete these missions, the wealth and security of Jamestown will improve, and your influence throughout the whole of the new world will expand. Having survived the immediate threat posed by the native tribes, your settlers have already gained valuable combat experience.
Mission issued. Construct building. A mission has been issued. Tamam. It is the general consensus that the task stipulated here should be achieved for the good of the nation. Objective: peasant farms. Description: your first task in the New World should be the protection of the Jamestown settlement and the survival of its people. By building a farm in the designated area to the west of Jamestown, the colonists will be able to produce their own food and sustain themselves in the years ahead. Supplies from England are irregular and not guaranteed. You must make Jamestown self-sufficient in order for the fragile colony to survive. Reward: treasure plus 500.
This is Jamestown, the capital of the region of Virginia. The review panel at the bottom of the screen contains a recruitment tab and a construction tab. Use the recruitment tab to recruit units for your armies. A message box will inform you when this building has been constructed. The number in the hourglass indicates how many turns remain before completion.